You know, in the world of pro sports, a team's entire championship dream can just completely change in a single moment. Today, we're going to break down how one injury to one absolute superstar has thrown the San Francisco 49ers into a huge dilemma. Let's get right into it. So, if you just looked at the final score, you'd think, wow, what a game. A 42-38 shootout, an absolute thriller that kept fans glued to their seats. But the real story, the thing that's going to have lasting consequences, wasn't a touchdown. It was something way, way worse. And get this, it happened right at the start. So let's talk about the exact moment that just sucked the air out of the entire stadium and put a massive question mark on the 49ers' whole season. That's right, I'm not kidding. We're not talking about something that happened in the third quarter or even after the first drive. This went down on the very first snap from scrimmage, under the bright lights of Sunday Night Football. A huge game, everyone's watching, and bam, disaster strikes. Okay, so here's how it all went down. It's the first play, and quarterback Brock Purdy throws an interception. It's a pick six, a terrible start. And as the team's star left tackle, Trent Williams, does what he's supposed to do. He hustles and chases the defender. He just suddenly pulls up short, grabbing the back of his right leg. And in that 1 second, a simple hustle play turns into a potential season killer. So what happened on the field was bad enough, but honestly, what we saw on the sideline in the moments after was just as worrying. You could just feel the uncertainty. He manages to limp off the field on his own, which you hope is a good sign. But then you see the usual dreaded sequence. He goes into the blue medical tent. A little while later, he's walking to the locker room. And then, early in the third quarter, you get the official word. He is out for the rest of the game. And that's when you know, okay, this is not good. And this quote right here from head coach Kyle Shanahan, man, it tells you everything. Williams is this grizzled veteran, right? And he's never had this injury before in his entire career. That means it's totally new territory for him and for the team. Nobody has any idea what to expect, which makes guessing how long he'll be out, well, it's just impossible. So you might be thinking, okay, it's one player. Why is everyone freaking out? Well, let me break down for you just how much Trent Williams means to this team. We're talking about a guy who is, quite literally, irreplaceable. It all kind of boils down to this single number, 12. What does it mean? It's not just some random jersey number. It represents a level of greatness that you almost never see at his position. That 12, that's how many times he's been selected to the Pro Bowl. 12 times. That's not just impressive, it is the all-time record for an offensive tackle. He's passed some of the biggest legends to ever play the game. We're talking about a guy who's a lock for the Hall of Fame the second he's eligible. And his importance goes way beyond just the awards. He's the absolute cornerstone of their offense. The guy is a veteran leader in the locker room for a team that has their eyes on a Super Bowl. Plus, he'd been incredibly healthy all season, starting every single game. When you lose a player like that, you don't just lose talent. The coaches have to tear up their game plan and start over. So, with a future Hall of Famer on the sideline, who do you even turn to? Well, this set up that classic next man up moment, and all of that pressure landed on the shoulders of one of the least experienced guys on the whole team. I mean, just look at this comparison. It is absolutely wild. On one side, you have the legend, Trent Williams, 37 years old, 12 Pro Bowls. And on the other side, you've got Austin Pleasance, a 28-year-old journeyman, an undrafted free agent who, before this game, had only played 89 snaps in his entire career. The difference in experience is just staggering. And yet, here's the kicker. Thrown right into the fire, Pleasance actually played really well. His coach even said he played real good. He only gave up 1 sack against a tough defense. For a guy in that situation, that's an absolutely incredible performance. But look, one good game from a backup is great, but it doesn't solve the much, much bigger problem. The 49ers are now staring down a decision that could define their entire season. And here's why the timing is just brutal. They have 1 game left in the regular season. It's against their biggest rival, the Seahawks. And if they win, they lock up the #1 seed in the playoffs. That means a week off to rest and home field advantage all the way to the Super Bowl. The stakes could not be higher. And what makes this whole thing so agonizing is the injury itself. Hamstring pulls are they're awful. They're so unpredictable. A mild strain can feel okay one day and then re-injure the next. If you rush a guy back too soon, especially an older veteran, you risk making it worse and losing him for the entire playoffs. So it all comes down to this one question. Urgency versus caution. Do you push your superstar to play in this must-win game to grab that top seed, or do you play it safe, rest him, and hope you can survive a much tougher road in the playoffs when he's fully healthy? That right there, that's the massive choice the 49ers have to make.